Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Melody and I love all things that have to do with makeup. I especially have a very soft place in my heart for eyeshadows, so you're going to see a lot of those on my channel. But today I actually wanted to do a little try on, I guess. I don't know if it's going to be a full review, but I did pick up 6 of the Maximal matte lipsticks as well as some of the satin lipsticks. These contain some shades that were, I guess, kind of like discontinued from either the early 2000s or the late 90s, and they were shades that have been very highly requested, and it's part of their new nudes launch. I also picked up some of the popular lip pencils that they have as well, so I'm going to be trying those on. I'm really excited. I'm kind of scared, but I'm going to go do my eyes, the rest of my face, and I'll be back for the lipstick part. You guys aren't going to see this on camera, but I'm going to be using the Nomad Chicago Speakeasy palette to do my eyes. I'm just going to stick to the browns in this palette, the matte ones. It's going to take all of my willpower not to touch those colorful shades. But let me know below if you would like for me to make a video on this palette as well. I'm thinking about doing a reel, but if you want me to do a dedicated video, let me know. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get ready and I'll be right back. Alright, so the face is done, the eyes are done, everything is done except for the lips. So I'm going to start with the pencils. I did get 3 shades for the MAC pencils, so I haven't tried MAC lip products before. I'm in love with their paint pot. It's, I think, the best type of eye primer that you can get for shadows. I always like to use the shade Painterly. Really good. I've tried other primers for the eyes and I just always come back to that one because it's the best. But so this is what the MAC pencils look like. I'm going to make sure to insert some up close so you guys can see them. I did get the shade Chestnut as well as Cool Spice and Cork. So those, they have a lot of different colors, but those were the ones that I thought would potentially look better on my skin tone. So just for reference, I'm a light medium skin tone. In the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, I'm the shade 2 and 2 Buff. So if there's anybody out there who's the same shade as me, hey! And you're going to know kind of what this is going to look like against your skin tone as well. With the lip pencil in the shade Cool Spice, they have a spice, which is the original spice. Okay, let me backtrack there. So Cool Spice originally was just called Spice, and then I think at some point in the 90s, like 2090s transition, they for some reason changed the formulation. So when you would buy Spice, it was more of a warmer, kind of a less cool variation of the color, but it was still called the same. So I'm not sure if they purposely tried to gaslight everyone. But people noticed that it was not the same perfect contour shade for the lips, and apparently this was like the favorite color for a lot of runway models at the time in the 90s. So Cool Spice, I'm gonna swatch it on the back of my hand so you guys can see. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. I'm gonna check to see if I have a pencil that kind of looks like this color. This looks like a very, I can see what the buzz was about. Because unlike a lot of the different lip pencils that you can buy today, I can see that this one has like a very, it has kind of like a pink, like a dusty pink undertone. I think it reminds me of like mauve, but less purple in it. So it looks like a very natural skin, like a flesh color. That sounds weird. But this looks like a natural color that would happen in our bodies. This is beautiful. Wow. Okay. Let me see if I can find something in the normal pencils that I use and I will be right back. Okay, so I've been trying to find something that swatches that looks like this. I don't have all of my lip pencil collection with me right now, but just from what I have here, so I'll point it out so you guys know what the difference is. So these scribbles in the middle, this is all Cool Spice. On the bottom here, this is from NYX, their Line Loud pencil in the shade Total Baller, which typically is what I like to use if I'm going to go for the whole dark line with like a lighter inner fill-in. But that's too brown. And then the shade right here, that one is from the Revlon Color Stay Longwear Lip Liners in the shade Nude. So you can already tell that it is a lot more pink than the MAC pencil. And then on the top here, it's the same type. It's the Revlon Color Stay Longwear lip liner, but in the shade Mauve. I never know how to say that, so if you guys know, please let me know. But it's a lot lighter, even when you go with a lot of pressure, which is what all the scribbles there were. It still comes across very light, not as warm, of course. So I guess I don't have anything like this in my collection. I have gone ahead and applied foundation everywhere around my lips as well. So I'm going to start with this Cool Spice pencil. Something I did notice is that it does feel very grippy, which is something I like within my lip pencils. If it's too smooth, it kind of melts and glides and slides all over the place. The fact that it's a little bit more like waxy and grippy tells me that it's going to be long wear, which is something that it is supposed to be. So yeah, we're going to test this out right now. Okay, so far so good. I feel like this is bringing life back to my lips, because when I applied foundation around the lip line, when I see this color next to my lip color right now, my lips look a little bit gray compared to this pencil. So this is probably going to be a really good natural looking shade. Oh, my lips are dry. Okay, but so far this looks super natural on me. I can see how on people with lighter skin tones it would be like the perfect natural contour lip shade, but on me this looks super natural. I'm gonna fill in the corners just so you guys can see, and again it does feel very like grippy, waxy, which is good for longevity. I'm gonna do half of my lip. Okay, my lips are super dry, so I do apologize. But I feel like with this shade, I'd even be able to overline just to make myself look like I have bigger lips. So that's the half width, and that's the half without. Looks pretty natural. Alright, so this, I have filled in my lips as well as lined them. This is with the shade Cool Spice. I really like this. I didn't think the hype was like fair or like it was being overhyped, but I can see why a lot of people like this pencil, and it is pretty unique in the color. I feel like you'd have to mix shades to be able to get a color like this in different brands. All right, I'm going to take this off and I'm going to come back and try another one of the lip pencils. Actually, before I do that, sorry, I'm getting over a cold that I had, which is why I disappeared for a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply lip gloss, whatever shade I normally use, which typically I use like Stone or Amber from the Maybelline Lifter glosses. So Amber's just, it has like a little bit more peachy, yellowish factor, whereas Stone is a little bit more neutral. And I'm actually I'm gonna swatch the lip gloss I normally use next to the pencil swatch that I did, just so you guys can see how they compare. All right, so keep in mind that the big square in the middle is the shade Cool Spice. I'm going to swatch next to that the shade Stone in the Lifter glosses just to see if it's a similar color, so you guys can get a better idea of the color it is. Okay, see, Stone is also a bit warm, so this is a pretty unique color, not easy to come by, I'd say. I'm going to swatch the shade Amber now, not match probably. Yeah, so you guys can see there. Let me see if I have another one of these glosses that kind of looks like it. Okay, I'm going to try the shade Silk, but I'm pretty sure that's also not going to look like it. No, see? And Silk is even too pink, I would say. So that Cool Spice is going to be great for a contour of the lip. I'm going to go ahead and take, let's do Stone and apply it over top. Okay, see now with that shade Stone on top, you can kind of see that it does give a little bit more of like a natural shadow, so this would be a great lip contour shade. So if you guys like to overline your lips, but you want to keep it looking natural, this would probably be a really good shade for that. Okay, now I'm actually going to take this off and prep for the next liner. Okay, this next pencil is in the shade Cork. I did wipe away the glosses, so this is still that shade Cool Spice, so I'm just going to go ahead and scribble it right next so you guys can see what that looks like. So Cork is definitely more brown. And you can kind of build these up too, so depending how light or dark you go, it's going to look according to however you want to apply it. But I'm going to check as well if I have a color that's like this one, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have good news. I think I might have found kind of like a dupe. So keeping in mind that this shade here is Cork. The one on the bottom, that one is still the same Total Baller. The shade on top, however, looks very similar, and this is from the NYX Line Loud lip pencils. It's the shade Too Blessed. So you guys can see there. It does look very similar. I will say the formula is going to be different. So if you're looking for a very similar look that's a lot more budget friendly, try the NYX Line Loud lip pencils. So I'm going to do actually half of the lip with the NYX one and the other half with the MAC one. The formulation of these Line Loud lip pencils, I feel like that's a tongue twister. It does glide on a lot smoother, so it is creamier than those MAC pencils. So it might just come down to preference in formula for you guys. These are very pigmented. I feel like they have good wear time as well. Okay, so this is the NYX, and I'm going to do Cork on the other side. So on my left side here, this is the MAC pencils, and on my right side, this is the NYX pencils. So this is what we're looking at. I'm going to fill in the rest, but honestly, I can't see a difference between the two. Okay guys, I feel like even an eagle would have a hard time telling the difference here, but again, this is the MAC side, and this is the NYX side. They look the same to me, and the price difference is quite significant. So if you are curious about Cork, if you have NYX in the shade Too Blessed, you already know what it looks like. You have it basically, just for cheaper. So again, this is the MAC side, this is the NYX side. Have you guys tried this out? I didn't know that this was a dupe, but that's so cool. Let me know below if you guys knew that already, or if you have one over the other, or if you have both and what you think. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off, and I'm going to try the last lip pencil. Okay, you know what? Upon closer inspection, I do notice that the NYX side is a tint, like the smallest bit darker than the MAC side. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see it now. But I mean, honestly, it's so close. I'm going to take this off now. All right, last but not least, we have Chestnut. Now, this one intimidates me because it is the darkest one for sure. I do think it's going to be great to pair with the lips themselves as well. Hopefully I'm not wrong. But I'm going to go ahead and line my lip. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm going to go ahead and swatch this on the back of the hand. So just so you guys can see. So it's definitely darker than Cork. I don't know that I have one that would be a good color similar to this one, but I'll check anyways. Ooh, okay guys, so I actually might have one for this one as well. So this is from the NYX Line Loud lip pencils. This one's in the shade Rebel Kind, and it's just this one here. It's like a beautiful dark chocolate color. Again, the formulation is different, but the color looks very similar. So I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna do one side of the lip, one, and then the other side the other. So I'm gonna start with the NYX side on the left. Okay, so we got the NYX side on the left, and now I'm going to do the MAC side on my left. Sorry, your left, my right, and I'm going to do MAC on my left, your right. Okay, so far just lining them, they look pretty much the same, but I can tell a difference, and I'm going to fill them in first before I get a closer look to see if I'm accurate in what I think it is. Okay, so the MAC side is on the left and the NYX side is on the right again. Okay, so looking in the mirror here, I can tell that the MAC side is just, and this is if I'm being super picky, I can tell that the MAC side is a little bit of a lighter brown. It has a little bit more of like a tinge of red, whereas the NYX side, it has like that dark espresso vibe to it, so it is a little bit darker. Very, very, very similar. If you don't have, or you don't want to shell out the money for this MAC one, you could honestly buy this NYX one and completely get away with it. It's not noticeable, I think, honestly. I mean, even if I get really close to the mirror, I can barely notice it, so I don't think anyone else is going to notice it if you're wearing it and you're just standing there in front of them. But that's so cool. I had no idea. So pretty much, I would say the NYX Line Loud Rebel Kind is a good dupe for the MAC Cork. Again, Cork on the left, Rebelkind on the right. All right, so with this, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to test out those lipsticks. Okay, so I wiped off all of the liner and I wanted to give the lipsticks a fair shot. So a lot of these colors are very light compared to what I normally wear. I am aware that I'm probably going to have to line with a darker color to make it work, but I wanted to give them a fair shot in the sense that I didn't want the eyeshadow to contrast. So I tried to do a neutral look as much as I could, and I guess we're going to have to start. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure to insert an up close of what the lipsticks look like. So they come in a plastic bullet, and I did get a couple different shades. I got Yash, Peachstock, Fleshpot, Stone, Modesty, and Hodgepodge. Out of those 6 colors, I did choose the ones that I thought would work best for my skin tone. I think there's one from the Sleek Satin formula that I didn't pick up because it looked gray. And I think it's called some Stone, maybe. It just looked gray. When I swatched it in the store, it legitimately looked gray, so I couldn't imagine what purpose I would have for it, but I'm sure I could have. Maybe I'll pick it up later on. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing what that would look like. Sometimes I just need that little nudge to get something. It's like I want to get it, and you know, just let me know if you think it's something you'd watch. But I'm going to start with the shade Yash. So this one is from the Silky Matte formulation. This looks pretty close to my skin or my lip color already. And I don't have any liner. I don't have any lip chap. I probably should have lip chap or at least drink more water, but I'm just going to go in straight with a bullet to see what that looks like. Okay, so it's super creamy. Oh, this feels so nice. I've just been wearing lip gloss lately, which there's nothing wrong with it, and it glides well on the lips, but just going off of memory from other lipsticks that I've tried, this one does have a very nice feel to it. Okay, this is super natural. I feel like I could pair this easily with Cool Spice, and it would look like I'm not wearing anything in a good way. So like for a natural, no makeup type of thing. So if you're going to take pictures for your license or something like that, and you don't want it to look like very heavy makeup look, you could probably pull this off. So again, this is the shade Yash in the Silky Matte formulation. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try another one on. Okay, next I'm going to try the shade Modesty. So again, that bullet looks impeccable. I haven't applied anything to my lips, and I'm going to go ahead and see what this looks like. No liner, nothing. Alright, so this is the shade Modesty. I can tell that this one's definitely more blue-pink compared to that other Yash shade, which was a little bit more neutral in its undertone. This one's definitely more pink. So again, this is the shade Modesty. Very pretty. I feel like this would look good to kind of be paired with a contour of the lips to make it look like they're fuller. I feel like this is borderline that pink color that I can pull off, but if it's a little bit more pink, it starts to look a little bit weird. So very nice. I like this. This will definitely have a time and a place. And I think pairing this with like any pink or purple eyeshadows is probably going to look very nice. Alright, so I think I might have gotten my names confused, but I did buy Stone. There's another shade. I'm going to try to see if I can insert it here. That one's definitely very gray leaning, and that's the one I didn't get. But it looks like I did get Stone. It looks pretty gray in the bullet. So I'm intrigued to see what it's going to look like. If this is the one I bought, I can't imagine how gray the other one was. But there's always like a time and a place for those lipsticks too. They can complement a number of different eye looks. Just for the ones that I typically do, I didn't think it would be very useful. Okay, so this is the shade Stone. Wow, I did a poor job applying this one. This is starting to give me like Halloween type vibes, because I can see if I line my lip with Chestnut, this would probably look nice. I don't regret it. I know I have a problem. It's not a color that I would use often. I don't regret it because I can already imagine some makeup looks that I could do with this. Is it gonna be my daily? No. Do I want to keep it? Yes. I'm gonna pair it with the Chestnut shade as well, just for fun. But this is gonna be what Stone looks like. Okay, this is paired with Chestnut. I probably didn't do that great a job. I could do a better job, but just for reference, this is what it looks like. So again, this is Chestnut and Stone together. Okay, now I'm going to go for the warmest one, and this one's called Hodgepodge. It, again, is a sleek satin formulation. This is what it looks like. And I feel like this is going to be a really pretty one as well. Okay. It's giving me caramel energy, and I like it. Okay. Again, this is the shade Hodgepodge. It has a little bit more warmth than Stone for sure. I like it. This looks nice too. That shade Hodgepodge, it was very similar to my natural color, but warmer. So I think it would complement well with an eye look like this one that's very warm neutral. Okay, I've left the two colors that intimidated me the most for last. So I have Peachstock as well as Fleshpot. Okay, I'm not looking forward to trying these. I'm sure they're going to look beautiful, but I do feel like it would require some sort of lip liner. So I'm going to go in with Peachstock first. This is what it looks like. Definitely, it looks like a concealer shade, very peachy concealer shade. More like a corrector shade, I'd say that's what it looks like. So this is Peachstock. Oh my goodness. This is concealer lips for medium skin tone people for sure. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna pair this with a liner and I'll be right back just to show you the potential that this has. But this is the shade Peachstock. Okay, I went ahead and lined my lip with Cork. Now I'm gonna go and apply Peachstock. I think this combo is gonna be good. Not what I normally do for a lip, but not bad. So this is what Peachstock looks like lined with Cork. Okay, I see you, Peachstock. This isn't my usual combination, but I can see this also having its moment with the right eye look. This is probably within the right color family actually for the eyeshadow that I did. So this is giving me very Latina girl makeup, which, I mean, yeah. Okay, so this is, again, Peachstock with Cork. Now I'm going to go in with the last one, which is Fleshpot. Okay, the last one I have here is Fleshpot. So this one is, this one's a very pretty rosy nude, like a pinky nude. I'll swatch them for you guys and I'll try to put a clip in so you guys can see the difference between shades. But basically this one is gonna probably be the least flattering on me, just bare lipstick, so this will require some sort of liner to go along with it. And here we go. Okay, this is frightening. But it's a cult classic for a reason. So I'm sure when I pair it with the right liner, it's probably going to look a lot different. But again, this is Fleshpot. This feels silly, but I like doing this type of stuff in the name of beauty. Okay, this time I'm going to go in with Chestnut, which is the darker lip shade. Okay, I line my lip with Chestnut, and I'm going to go ahead and apply Fleshpot now. Okay, I'm not sure I'm buying Fleshpot, at least not with my undertone. I'm supposed to be like a neutral, slightly warm leaning undertone. So again, this is Chestnut and Fleshpot together. I don't know how I feel about this one. I wanted to like this one, but I feel like I like it the least. It's not the typical lip look that I would do. Maybe with a different lip liner color, but I feel like for it to look its best, it has to be paired with a dark color on the borders. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like all in all, I liked all the other ones. Fleshpot, again, not my favorite. Not for my undertone at least. So I know there's a whole population of people that this is going to look great on. I do like how the lipsticks feel on the lips. Very, very nice formulation. They feel very smooth. They feel, I don't know, like it's not like a balm. It glides on even smoother than a balm. And I think the lip liners, very versatile. I have colors like Chestnut and Cork in my collection, the ones that I showed you guys. Cool Spice, very cool addition to any collection, I would say. But one last note I wanted to make about Chestnut is that as I was lining for my combination here with Fleshpot, I did notice that it would probably look really good with berry type tone lipsticks or glosses or whatever it is. It has like a very rich, has a couple rich undertones to it. So where its dupe was more like dark espresso brown, this one has like some subtle notes of some sort of like a pink, not pink, berry, like a berry type undertone. It's like if berry and chocolate had a baby, like a raspberry chocolate baby. That sounds weird. But I do see this being very versatile if you want to do a dark lip or like a very tone lip. Very, very pretty color. I don't regret this whatsoever. Same with Cool Spice. Cork, honestly, I feel like I could have gone my whole life without it. I'm going to keep using it, so if I make any upcoming videos as well with updates of what I thought of these, I will definitely mention if I have changed on my thoughts to them or if I have any other things to add as well. I feel like I was gone for a long time, but I was getting over like a cold, so I still feel like I'm not quite in the flow yet, so I do apologize, but I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. That way you can see any upcoming videos I have. And leave comments. It's an easy way for us to kind of have a conversation. We can chat in the comments below. So let me know what you guys think. Which lipstick you thought complemented my skin tone the best. If you guys have any, which ones have you tried? Or if there's any combos you want to see me do as well. I want to make little shorts with these lipsticks and liners as well. So if there's a specific combo you guys have in mind, like if you wanted me to pair Modesty with Chestnut, let me know and I can definitely put that together. Thanks again, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.